Shazam issue 5, Geoff Johns writing, and I've just written down and many artists because I'm not writing down 4 names.
On a list.
Okay, so was this out of necessity, or was this how Johns had it planned?
Bit of both.
I think I think it's out of necessity, but because they have these different worlds, they just thought, oh well, we'll just put one artist on each world.
It's an easy excuse because you got Santucci, Eaglesham, Collins, and Rayner.
Yeah, and you've got. Hold on, I need to look at the title page here. So Marco Santucci is on the Rock of Eternity Black Adam stuff. Eaglesham is on the Shazam Funland stuff.
Funland.
Scott Collins
the Game Lands
is in the Game Lands, and then Max Rayner is on the Wildlands. So they're just sort of separate via land. So yeah, Black Adam's pissed that idiot Billy Batson has unlocked the doors to all these lands.
Black Adam.
Yeah, and I feel more and more like Black Adam's regaining that anti-hero status.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this is I've got to go and kill Billy Batson before this gets any worse. But I'm like, yeah, but he is trying to stop the problem. I mean, he's doing it in a very evil way. He could just stop him, but he's like, no, I've got to destroy him.
Yeah, so I must destroy Billy Batson. Yeah, that's the exact phrase he uses. Of course, at the end of the book, though, when we come back to him, he's actually stopped by Savannah, who is like, if you don't want to join Mr. Main Society, then, it'll be your end.
Do away with you.
Yeah. So that's cool. So basically, once again, we get a little bit of advancement on each of the characters, but all split up, of course. We have like 3 sets of characters. Shazam is dealing with what's his face?
King Kid.
Thank you, King Kid. I forgot his name. And eventually gets Mary's gag off, and then she says Shazam, and the pair of them,
Which I love what John sets up here about what the Funlands means, where, as a kid you go there and you just do whatever you want, right? And then as soon as you turn 18, now it's your job to help create the fun, right? And it's almost like this take on what it means to become an adult, right?
Yeah.
But it's in the most perverted sense possible. So, and I like that Billy's just kind of like, you don't understand how bad that is, King Kid. And he's like, well, give me the power of Shazam, and
it's almost like a kid's interpretation of what becoming an adult is. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And he's like, well, give me the power, and I'll set you guys free, and you'll have to live here and whatever. But whatever, But and I like when he gets the muzzle off of Mary, and they get to Shazam.
So
I think there's a little bit on the art, just because I'll talk about it section by section, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought Mary's face, when she's yelling Shazam, was a bit weird, but then the next page was like one of the best pages in the book.
Oh yeah, the page where she's in her costume is great. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
such a bit whiplash going from like probably the worst panel in that section to then the best page.
Yeah.
And then we move to the Game Lands, and we got Pedro and Eugene, and Eugene's all like, I'm good at games. Yeah. Actually, I love the idea of him getting a headshot online and then just reminding whoever he's playing against, I'm 8, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in the biggest jerk way possible.
Yeah. So he's all confident. He transactions like 10,000 points, which puts him in a deficit, and then he's not allowed to race. So now Pedro's the one who has to race, who sucks at games and never wins anything ever. There's even a quick little flashback later on of even Darla beating him at like chess or something like that.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny. Whereas in the Wildlands, we get Kangaroo Court. That's maybe my favorite scene in the whole book, actually.
Kangaroo Court.
Court, yeah. There's so much stuff here, and the kangaroo said, I don't care if they are children, they eat meat. We've all heard stories of hot dogs and hamburgers, and then at the bottom he's like, no human is innocent, and it's just, it's this court. And my favourite panel might be the Shaggy Dog, who's their appointed lawyer, who says, I had prepared a statement, but who am I kidding? How can anyone possibly defend a human?
It's have you guys seen Idiocracy?
No, I've not, no.
Okay, so it's the, Luke Wilson's this dumb guy that volunteers for this project to be frozen, and he gets unfrozen in the future where things have just gotten progressively dumber, to whereas he was like this dumb guy who is now the smartest person on the planet. And he ends up having to go to court, and Dax Shepard is his lawyer. It was very much of this, where he goes, I can't defend him because, he doesn't deserve it, basically. And yeah. It's very much idiocracy.
Yeah. And they're sentenced to death by tigers. And the one tiger we met, what's the name of the...
Takitani.
Thank you, Takitani. Gets stripped and is told that he's going to join the other tigers. And the mayor, who's an elephant named Crunkit, Mayor Crunkit, comes in, and he's got some tiger
slashes. I love
slashes.
how regal this elephant is.
Yeah. Oh, he's very regal. Yeah. He's basically a tall Oswald Cobblepot in a lot.
Yeah. You know, I liked his backstory too, and it also makes you think that Johns definitely has a thing for elephant people, because Hawkman, he had the Ganesh guys, you know, in the early run, and then you had what's his name in the Blue Lantern Corps, who was an elephant dude looking like Ganesh.
Oh yeah.
And now you got Mayor Crunkit. Like, he's working this archetype, and give him a Babar book. All right, who's ever in charge of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johns would love that.
So yeah, that's basically it. And then we come back to Black Adam when it's Savannah at the end.
Yeah, I love Crunkit's origin though, to where he was, you know, the whole, it's very Zootopia in this way.
Yeah, I was getting this.
Yeah, where you have the carnivores are looked down upon because they eat meat and they're savages, and that they were pushing them, you know, the humans. Is that what it was? They were pushing the humans.
Yeah, I think they were going to wipe the humans out, and the tigers betrayed them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I don't know if it's so much that the tigers were on the human side though, or is it just the tiger decided to eat?
He was betrayed by a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so this is why the tigers are put into this pit where they can just, you know, be the execution system.
Feral beasts.
Yeah.
So obviously he's got to save the kids.
Yeah. Well, and because Tawny is trying to be better, right? He's at terms. It's also Nemo in that way. Fish are friends, not food. And then Bruce has the freak out. So
yeah,
John's going full Disney here.
He is a bit, isn't he?
Yeah.
But Shazam's the perfect property, I feel like, for that.
Yeah, and obviously you get your messaging here of like them, like sure, and on paper the all the people who don't want to be eaten are the ones in the right, but the idea that they've become just as bad as anyone who was in charge before, because now they're enforcing their rules on others and making others
But the line of the issue is at the end. We get back to Black Adam, and he says, you know, join him or die. And he goes, I got a third option. How about I remove your head? and I did imagine that coming out of the voice of Dwayne Johnson. And I was like, oh man.
No, because that'd be how about I remove your head, jabroni.
Yeah, jabroni. And he raises the people's eyebrow.
And then maybe stick it straight up his candy ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Turn it sideways first.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course. Turn it sideways and polish it as well. Shine it up real nice.
Yeah. Shine it up real nice.
Yes.
You lost me after jabroni.
It's okay. So, but no, yeah, Shazam, really a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a quick read. I flew through this, and it was over. So, but very delightful. All the artist changes, so, you know, it's
jarring, isn't it?
Transitions,
even though individually they're quite good.
Yeah. I mean,
definitely got from the Scott Collins pages that felt rushed. So that's why I asked if this was by design, but I don't know.
But hey, we'll see. So Shazam issue 5, what are you giving it, Matt?
7.5.
Connor?
I'll go with an 8, but would have been higher with more consistent art.
Yeah, I'll go an 8 as well.